rook or this queen to a different position on the chessboard, you turn within like a chess player would do and say, if I move that, there's this possibility, there's that. You're starting to pay attention to what's going on, and you're bringing your awareness, your inner knowing, what's going on within you to what's going on, and then to your choices. And that makes a big difference in how we see ourselves and how we see each other. The beauty of that is that, as we begin to do it for ourselves, as we look at what we choose, believe, or express, no matter what it is, we're all really in one unity of truth. I mean, we have all the different religions and philosophies and paths and disciplines and roads that lead to fulfillment and our soul's fulfillment and expression, but they're all woven in a similar way. We all are starting here within ourselves. I find it really interesting. I mentioned this to somebody yesterday again, that no one that's ever lived, lives now, or will ever live again has ever had the same thought.
Wow.
So as we're thinking our thought, and there is no right thought. There's only our thought and our choice and our way of being. Now, then there's relationships and work with other people. So that's how that can make a difference. And you work as a social worker helping people deal with what's going on in their lives every day. How has you beginning to turn within and look at things differently helped you in your relationship to your clients or the people that you work with on a daily basis?
Well, I actually have completely changed my approach dealing with people. So it's interesting. I work in endocrinology, which is a lot of diabetes and different endocrine issues, and then I also work in addictions. So my brother passed from a mixture of alcoholism and diabetes, and I'm working with this population with diabetes and different addiction. So the awareness piece of it, coming into, say, a room to be talking to someone or providing therapy, that judgment piece of, you shouldn't be doing this, that what I would naturally feel just based on having an experience with a loved one with that. The beginning was the awareness that if I'm walking into the room with that judgment already, then there isn't going to be any help in the room. So walking in and really just kind of creating a safe space, just so that the person in front of me is safe to express and share. And then I hear what they're saying differently because I'm hearing what they're saying. The words could be barriers. It's not necessarily the words they're saying, but what they actually mean when they're talking to me, what they're feeling, what they're actually needing. So it's actually really different, completely different approach than going in looking at, okay, I'm going to solve this problem, is more of going in and just opening, just creating an opening and a safe space. So the conversations then actually shift. So it's completely different than I used to.
Quite interesting, because it sounds like you're making a space first within you and letting go of what you're carrying in, so to speak, this predetermined. The training's important. It's a good reference. It's something that you need to utilize in order to treat or do the different things that you're doing. But if you're following inner guidance and coming from a place of inner knowing, and you're kind of listening to the whispers of your heart, it's coming from a place of compassion, a place of understanding, a place of acceptance. And in that, it allows for the difference to be with the interaction and relationship you're going on. It's interesting. It's not just how it changes for us, like you. It makes a difference for people in the world. And I find, in this particular freedom of choice, one of the focuses that's really important for me to convey is that it's not so much what we choose. It's to choose it with all your heart and soul, to really show up as you truly are, not because of your circumstances or your situations or what's going on around you, but really come from that inner place of knowing and being, and let your love, unconditional, and your light, your inspiration, draw you to what you can believe, express, experience, and be. That's going to make your life, better or more enjoyable. We're all, doing that, believing, expressing, experiencing, and being at our highest and best. We're able to see the world differently. We're able to see everything with more open and peaceful truth, kind of like the way you're walking in and dealing with your clients differently. It's just a completely different experience because of that. And when we let go inside of what we carry into a situation, or how we're being or doing what we're doing, it dissolves that separation, and we're able to see each other for who we are and what's really going on, and that's really important.
Yes, yes, good way to put that.
Yeah. Have you noticed that how when we come from a place of peace, truth, and love, inspiration, we naturally experience more freedom because we're kind of setting ourselves free from our boundaries and this bondage of self. What are some
Yes.
of the areas you have experienced more freedom in your life as you have chosen to take a closer look within and make your choices more consciously? Where have you created freedom for yourself?
Um, the whole, just in my view of the world, the world feels a lot softer. The world just in stressor, just in the normal day that I would think that there would be stress in my relationships with my family, in a relationship that I just have kind of stepped back into, um, in just about all areas of life, that feeling of freedom, that feeling of kind of safety. Something that we talk about in groups sometimes. We've talked about our animals and that feeling of having that non-conditional, unconditional love for our animals. And I was just feeling that the other day, like looking out at the world and just wanting to kind of, I'll just say it like this, hold the world like you hold Harvey, that your dog, just
My
like,
little Shih Tzu, yes.
yeah, like holding the world in that way, just with unconditional love. And that opens up the freedom to, express in a safe way. Um, so I don't know if that answered your question, but that's kind of what I was thinking when you asked that.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't about, it isn't just about more time or more space, but the
Hmm.
freedom is really when we set ourselves free from whatever we've chosen to be and create an opening for us to begin to look more carefully at what's going on and let it go. And that's that letting go. It's like you said, when I hold my Shih Tzu, when I hold Harvey, there's this completely letting go of everything else.
Right.
There's this opening. Not only do I feel this unconditional connection from my dog, but it opens me up in such a way that I'm completely open and able to experience myself differently. And when we come from that place, when we're really, we're all wanting to change our own lives, and we're talking about changing the world, but you've got to start right where you are, being in your heart, coming from a place of love, caring about what matters, and beginning to choose moment by moment. It's not about choosing, a life destiny, or having to fulfill some grand purpose. It's like, what's going on right here, right in front of me.
Hmm.
I can
Right.
bring all of myself to feel and know that fulfillment of myself in that expression. And in bringing all of who I am to everything that I'm being and doing, it makes a difference in how that shows up. Not only creating freedom within me, but freedom within the lives of those who I touch, or I experience, or interact with in relationship. I know that's been the case for me in my relationship with my wife, as I'm choosing with her, and we're open to sharing what's going on. We both are exchanging that. We're able to create freedom not only for ourselves individually, but joined together. Where two or more are joined, therefore I am. That energy makes that difference in the world. So that we're very fortunate for. Um, we're very, thank you for having us. Thank you for being with us today, Beth. Thank you for
Thank
offering
you.
you are in having this discussion with me. It's a important topic, this freedom of choice. People don't always realize they have it. They don't always experience it because they don't always take the time to make that choice. And so I'm grateful that we've had this opportunity to have this discussion. We've got a lot of stuff going on at Sarasota Center of Light, where Jane's receiving her training in both developing consciousness and connecting with her guides and being more aware. You can certainly find out what's going on at the center at www.sarasotacenteroflight.com. And you can reach me directly at revjimtoole@gmail.com. Feel free to contact me, and I'm happy to share and support you on your own pathway. It's all right doing this. It's called Just Jim Jane, but it's a lot more fun when somebody's here that I'm able to do it with and to share these kinds of insights and awarenesses. And in fact, us choosing to come together to share and experience this together is a perfect example of freedom of choice and making a difference. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Jim.
Day. Everybody, God bless and have a great day.
Thanks so much. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.